Hi, welcome back to the next part of our tutorial to build an e-bike in Blender. And last time we did that, and today we won't make that here. So we start. We add mesh cube, scale up. Then scale in the X. So we got that. Now we need this middle part out. So we get here Control R, make 2 loops, and then with scale set you can control them, but I'll let it in this moment. So Control R again, make 2 vertical loops. There we can scale in the Y. So we have that. We want to bend that later on. So we need to open that and give them more loops in there. So for that we delete here this top edges and the down edges, and then we mark them both F to close. Same here, same there, and here too. Good. We give them the subdivision surface modifier on level 2. You see what we get, and that we want to have. So we give them a smooth shading, and then we see that isn't straight enough, so we must loop in there. Control R, make a loop, bring them up to here, the same, and at the down part. Okay, we got that. But you see we have here straight lines and here is round, so we need another loop. Control R to the side, and here another one to the side too. Good. Then we want to have this roundness, that's correct, but a little bit more smaller in the middle there. So we get these 2 faces and scale Y, so we can bring them a little bit more onto. And when we see here from the side or from top, then you see it is too bright, so scale Y. So we got that it fits with the rest. Scale Y. Okay, so we have that now, and we want to bend that now to this position there. So for that we need much loops, and then we can bend that. So Shift D, make a secure copy. Then we loop here 3 times in the middle, and 3 times at all of this, and down to 3, and Control R 3, 2. So to bend that we use the proportional editing tool with connected, and then grab X and roll the middle mouse button to get the influte. Control, and then we try to bend that like it should. First we make it rough, so we got that, but that isn't correctly that we want. Here in the front it must come more out, so we go here without proportional and get these front lines, front faces. We take them and pull them out then. So that, and this, but without that. Good. Extrude again, bring them there, then scale X0 to make a straight line, scale X0. Oh, what was that? Let's do it again, scale X0. So we have that, and you see that is round, so we need to loop to make it sharpen. Control R, bring loop in, and move them to front, and you will sharpen up that part there. Good. Now we have nearly what we want. We see that here isn't that round that we want, so we need to mark that with background selection, root selection, circle selection, and then we get this whole thing here, and scale in the set. Then we get such like that. Okay. So now we must try again to bend that, and that means we have to rebuild the bending, so we can get that again and get the proportional connected, then grab an X, but only include this part there, and then we can try it again. We make it halfway, that is that here, and then we can make the rest manually. So disable the proportional editing, then we can take these loops here on both sides and then drag them a little out, then these two loops, drag them out, so that we come more to this real round look there. It's a little bit tricky, but you will get that when you try often. That's no problem. So that looks good. Here maybe a little bit to the back. Such like that. It's better, it's not perfect, but near to. So you can tweak as long as you would to get that perfect bending. Yeah, for me it's good. Then we see here comes something out and round, and we have a deep part there. To get both, we need to go in here, and that means we get this loop out, so then the roundness will come up here. So we get this loop and X, dissolve edges. Now you see it's rounded up there, only here not, but we want to bring that in, so Control R to get here another loop in, and here another loop in, and then we bring that here and that, extrude and bring them down. Then you see there comes this holes in, and that is for the screws later. Good. Same we do at the down part too. So that means that here, extrude and bring them to the set, to the X down, and then we have these holes there. Good. Then we have to unwrap that surely. So we make a secure copy with Shift D. Then when we want to unwrap, we need to apply that first. That's better. So we got that. I make it one time backward because I won't set the seams in this view. That's easier to control. So we get that and that. That's the inner part, mark seam, and the outer part. And mark seam. Here is the end of that. That is complete right. So we mark them too. Then this inner part and the outer part, mark seam. Then here the last one, and here too. Then it should be not at this point, so that we clear seam. Then that is gone. We take the down part, mark seam, get here completely down, mark seam. We have here this edge, so we go here, mark seam, and this line too. So we have that. Then this we let, because should break that around that. But this here we need. Oh, that here is completely wrong. So we can delete this edge and close that here with F. Okay. So here we can mark seam 2, and we go to the inner lines and give them mark seam 2. So that is completely cutted to there. Good. This line here needs to be on. Good. So we have that. It's good. The inner part we have. Here is the same. We don't need that, so we delete that. Then we close that with F. Then we go here through the complete outline from the bottom and mark that seam. Not this one. It's a clear seam. Good. Here this must be in. That is good. The same on the top. So this complete line, this complete line, and that. And don't forget the down part. So for the start that should be okay. No, we have forgotten that here. That is important too. Good. From that side, there it is. Okay. Good. We have done that. You see here this black. That is because the shading errors there that we can make gone with recalculating and net split. So at first we have here our subdivision surface on it, and then we want to make an unwrap, so we go in edit mode, mark all with A, U to unwrap, and give them an unwrap. Then we have to apply the rotation scale of the object and unwrap again. Good. Now we take here our black material there, black plastic, and we have a good looking black plastic material there. To get that more fitting to the other one, we should bring them to that point. So that means that we take here background selection and this selection with proportional connected and scale in the Y. So we have here the connected part of that. Good. So we have done that all. That is fine. So we need the screws in there. File, save. And you see that are these parts here. So we add mesh the cylinder. Then we scale them down, rotate Y 90 degrees, then scale down and scale in the X. That is this first one there. Then we make in there 2 loops, scale in the X but without proportional. So then we take the both outlines there and scale them a little bit into. Then with Control B we bevel them, and then we have a more round looking stuff there. Smooth on it, it's okay. Good. We need a silver here, you see, a rough silver. So we make a new material and give them the name silver rough. Okay. It should be principal shader. Here's the preview, but it is a metal that we want to make. So metallic we make 1. Then you see it's like a mirror, but we want to have a roughness there. So we get here to roughness, bring that up, so that we see here minimal reflection of the other world there. Send a little bit more. Yeah, such like that. Good. Then we take the same one, Shift D, and take now with background selection this front here, bring them out and scale a little, and then we have that screw head there, and we need to cut out here this this hole. So this hole is 1, 2, 6. So add mesh cylinder, rotate X 90 degrees, and oops, we go back once again. So add mesh cylinder, we type in here 6, so it should have 6 edges, and then we have that thing to cut out of the screw. So rotate X 90 degrees, that is what we want to cut out. So we give them that cutout color, new, and should be the red one. That's here, material. So we see better what we cut out. Then we rotate that set 90 degrees and rotate set 180 degrees, that we look from the front. Then we bring that here in front of it, grab, that is the position, and now set to wireframe mode that we see how deep we go in. I think here half is okay. So we go back to material mode. So now we have to do it with a boolean again. So we take this, make a secure copy, Shift D. Then we need the name of this one. It stands here, cylinder 005. So we go to that one and give them the boolean modifier, and then cylinder 005. So we say difference cylinder 005, apply, and we have the hole in there. We can give them now an add split on it if you like. You don't need. So here we can take this add split and then it's sharper. Good, we have done that, so we can move this here to the second layer. Is that the original one? Yeah, that is. Okay. Then rotate, set 90 degrees to bring that in this position here. And make it a little bit smaller than the back circle there. Good. That fits good. So we join them together as one, I think. I must look before how it is there. Yeah, it's the same, so we can make that join together as one. Then we move that to the third layer. I tell you why. Move, press M, then the third one, and then click here to the third layer, and with Alt G you bring that object in the middle. Then with numpad delete you jump to the object. Now with Control G you can give them a group name, so we call it screw 1. And now we have an instance of this screw. So we have only one time it works, and we can make here on the first layer where we have the bicycle. There we can use now this screw 1000 times and never have more words. Only the one that we built at the start. So here that shows you that it is an instance, and you can get them in by add group instance crew1. So here you have this lines here, and can make them smaller that it don't look so awful. And then we bring them to the position, so we scale a little, then we look from top, bring that in position, so such like here, and scale a little down, bring them up to, bring them a little bit out so that it fits good. A little bit deeper maybe, and then to the side. Okay, that is good. You can copy them normally, Shift D, and then both Shift D to bring them down. But here it sees a little bit other, so we bring them out a little bit more. Good. So we have that. Here we have 2 on each side, and so we take that Shift D and rotate X 90 degrees, then rotate Z 90 degrees, then rotate Z 180 degrees, front view positioning, but we make it singular. So we go here, bring it in the middle, and scale it up, and bring it in front. Such like that. We can now delete it here, make here a copy, Shift D, then bring it down to the other one. Then take both, Shift D, bring them there, and now rotate set 180 degrees and bring them into. Good. Now we have the screws in. File, save. Now we need this here, and this screw is a little bit other than the other ones. It isn't smaller at the top. It has one size from top to the front. For this here, there are many ways to do that. So we make the simple. Add mesh circle, rotate X 90 degrees, scale down to that size. We will see that here. That is our reference. So go in front, grab there, and then we go in edit mode and extrude one time and scale down, that we have place for this screw in there, and it will create screw. So we have that, but not that much, so we go a little bit back. So we have that here, and we want to have a little bend effect. So Control R, make a middle loop, and scale them up. Then Control B to get a bevel in, and roll the mouse. So we have that little round looking effect there. That is good. We give a smooth on it. Then here we go in with extrude and go back. Same here. Extrude and bring back. Then I want to bevel these edges too. So I give them a range where we can bevel. So Control R, make a loop in. And here one. So that is the range between we can work with the bevel. So Control B, move the mouse, roll them with the mouse button, and then we have round up edges. The same we make here, give them a range. The range is between that and that line. We take that middle line, and then Control B, move the mouse to get the range, then roll the middle mouse button to get rounded up. So we have that. That must be unwrapped too. So we get here this complete backline, that here, and mark seam. Then this inner line, mark seam, and we need one that goes straight down. That is bad for us because that you will see. Yeah, we try it without. I don't know it works, but we see that we can make the other unwrap, then it's no problem. So mark all, you unwrap from view, project from view, the unwrap, and then it's that our unwrap, and we give them the same material, the black plastic, and you see that looks good. So we bring that in, not completely, that looks a little bit out, that's okay, and then we put in there the screw, and that implements that we get our screw on the third layer, and change them. So we make a copy of that, Shift D, but we want to make it to his own, not the group one. So we have here this data block, and there you see groups, and there you see this in screw one group, and we make that here with the X, and then it's a single one. You see it, yellow color, green color is group. So we move that here, the single one, to layer 1. Go to layer 1. Then delete this back thing that we don't need. And then get the complete front. And scale them to the same size as the rest is there. Such like that. And we have this screw that we want to have. Good. We give them an edge split and all's fine. Good. We rotate that set minus 90 degrees. Grab and bring it to them point. Top view, bring it into the middle, front view, position, scale up, grabbing, and bring it more into. So that is what we need. We make it on the other side too, so we take both, Shift D, bring them to the other side, rotate set 180 degrees, and plug it into. Good. We have done this. File, save. All this other stuff we mark and move them to the second layer. There's our copies of all the things. And when we have done this complete thing, then comes this pedal there. That will be in the next one. We make a little look in the 3D view render. And you will see that will later look awesome. There is now a little part, and later that will be here on the bike, and the rest comes through that, and that will look very, very good later. Okay, so thanks for watching. In the next part, then we make here these letters and this stuff, and then the next time we make that pedal there. Okay, so see you in the next tutorial part. Bye.